So this institute is actually fairly unique because it's linking up startup companies in Israel and academia, which normally don't speak to each other that much. Academia provides the basic research on different aspects of transportation, some applied research, but mainly the basic research, whether it's modeling, transport, routes, or renewable energies. Industry and startup are trying to apply this and produce products, and bringing the startup companies to the university environment gives us this interface which actually allows them to work with the professors and students and the other way around.
The significance of smart mobility for Israel is, of course, reducing road accidents and traffic jams and air pollution. This alongside serving as a growth engine for the Israeli market.
Well, actually, Capsula is really reshaping the future of transportation. The uniqueness of Capsula is a combination, a fusion of three domains. First of the domain is the early stage startups. So we are scouting for these startups. We are finding the best out of these startups, and then they're joining the program. It's a very intensive program focusing on customer validation and product. On the second domain is the industry. We're constantly meeting with our key value partners and getting valuable insights from OEM, Tier 1s, different companies. And I think the third domain is actually academia. We're part of the university. We have sort of a privileged access. So we're participating in organizing different events when we can help this dialogue between researchers and startups. And recently we launched Capsula Interns program.
The Capsula helps our startup in many different ways. The first one is, of course, helping us validate our software and solution in front of different customers like OEM, Tier 1 and big enterprise. From other aspects, the Capsula gives us interesting and very important mentors that helps direct our startup and build our product in the most efficient way.
We were exposed to different key players in the automotive business. Then we validated in Capsula our go-to-market and product fit. It's actually a great platform to meet leading players in the automotive industry and to make sure that the product you are developing makes sense and relevant.
We have reinforcement learning for mobility as a service, optimization of EV charging, sense for drivers and riders, V2P, everything you can think about.
The government steps in when there's market failure. We call them pain points. And 5 years ago, we identified 2 pain points. 5 years ago, there weren't any accelerators in the smart mobility field. So what we did is launched one. The other failure, which we still identify, is a transfer of knowledge from the academy to the industry.
The Institute went out with a number of calls for proposals across the country for the academia. We supported many professors from different universities and colleges.
My research is concentrated on biorefineries, and specifically we work on the seaweed biorefinery, and the idea is to use the marine sources to provide new fuels or materials which will reduce the oil consumption in marine or aviation sectors.
The topics were fairly wide and broad, so it was up to the different universities to suggest topics. It had to be related to smart mobility and transportation. And we've funded many different projects across the country, both basic research, applied research, student fellowships as well. We supplied funding also for the Formula One competition of students at different universities. We supplied funding to buy autonomous vehicles for a few universities where they can study sensors and cyber security on those platforms.
The mobile lab is an interesting project in which we have a set of sensors for detecting the driver's state, drowsiness, fatigue, distraction.
So the students work on the whole supply chain, starting from the cultivation of seaweeds, both in the lab and in the sea. And thanks for the Institute's support, we actually established the cultivation facility in the sea, together with the Israel Electrical Company, which were an industrial partner of this process.
Transitioning from manual driving to autonomous driving, in the middle state, drivers will still have to play a central role in intervening when something is happening.
Well, I think Capsula is actually taking very active part in the coming revolution of reshaping the future of mobility.